Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and Cultist Simulator Exile DLC, Take 2, the random run. I'm calling it the random run because we really haven't figured out what we want to do yet. As those who are following series may know, we are currently fully upgraded to 7 marks, dealing with the Lionsmith ending, and we went through an entire episode of why the Lionsmith ending is probably the canon ending for the Exile series. With dealing with his parentage, but what we're also going to be dealing with is we also have 3 of the pentiments, or I call them the sacraments of chaos. We require 7 of them for a different ending. I also have a C card ready at the end of things, so it's kind of an iffy thing. We also have a bunch of friends, Jannings, Dominicus, Lala, Orsolana, who's replaced our worthless seer as the chick of the group, and we now have a potential 6th ranger in Grigorai the Smuggler. Now, before we go any further, we have hit 75 on my followers for Twitch, which means that we have unlocked a 2-hour marathon in the future, and I will be making up the list for the potentials for my followers to vote on. So if you are a follower and you are listening to this somehow, check your whispers, because that is the only way I can mass mail on this thing. Is to basically mass mail you each a whisper. So one day I'm going to get a freaking mailing list going. But at the moment, that's all we're dealing with. This is one of the many reasons why I'm beginning to think that I should be investigating YouTube Live. Amazon's had the opportunity to upgrade this, and I don't think they're terribly interested. Anyways, but beyond that, let's get back to our situation. Our situation is that we are currently not badly injured. I've been worse injured than this. Sorry, distraction there. The wounds were from one hit from the foe. Basically, the foe snuck up on us, and we had to run to Avion. Now, Avion, of course, has a number of things, including one of the Sacraments of Chaos that I want, but what we want to do is we want to burn the clock down. See, 7 of these will end me. I've got 2. Foe can end us pretty quickly, and unfortunately, we've got a dash cross-country, which basically means this will do all in 60 seconds, but I'll be able to give it again anytime I want. This is the problem in having... We've basically locked ourselves out. You see, Avion is here, and all potential exits we've already been to. So we had to basically go to dash cross country, and then when we go there, we'll take 1 wound, and we'll randomly get one of the available cards, because I have not gone through all available cards. I do apologize in advance, as I am currently suffering from spring allergies, so we will be coughing and sneezing occasionally. All right. As you can see, we've only got the profane weapon, which means can't even damage the foe, and we've got the Shattered Mysteries, a fully upgraded version of our edgelord, which not only includes edge, but 7 heart and 7 forge. Basically, you're like Jackie Chan, but still that's not enough to kill the foe. We need a magic sword or bullet to do that, because he is a immortal of war. So, worst thing we need to do is if we want to keep Grigorai here as our 6th ranger, because he's currently only a local contact, we're going to have to get his little job done. Right. I was meeting with me. I'm gonna call him Mr. Wolf. I think that's what it translates as. I could be wrong. I do not know French. But Avion is actually a pretty magical place in France. It's beautiful. It's got a reputation for magic. I believe it's got that the Wolf of Avion, the Beast of Avion, is a thing we might be actually referencing in this. Mr. Wolf has a proposal. There are treasures for the taking in the Chateau Tarascon, which is actually where I think it happened, but hey, what do I know? I'd have to actually look this one up because I didn't actually think of this until we started the episode, so I didn't do the research. But there's also the possibility of a monster, but he points out, after all, where there are no monsters, we usually generally invent our own. You ever get that where your mind reshapes words while you're reading them? He begins to illustrate this with reference to recent European history, but fortunately at this point the wine evolves. He's probably talking about the rise of fascism. Again, history repeats. Here we are 100 years later. Now, this is one of the missions. The family of the Duc de Terrason has been rumored to breed monsters. I really think this guy read the Brotherhood of the Wolf. Mr. Wolf, the whole breeding monsters thing. It's a decent historical fantasy-ish movie. I can't fully recommend it. It's a wonderful little artifact and a great mood piece, but I found it to be slightly unsatisfying. Anyways, whoops. it if you're into just the cinematography as opposed to the plot. They've employed French and German deserters to guard their mishrouded chateau. Never employ deserters. If you've walked away from one contract, you'll do it again. Now, the biggest thing about this one, here we go, let's begin our caper, is that it can be done, well, with a single card, My Shattered Mysteries, because it has the forge and the edge necessary, because I'll be killing all these guys, breaking down doors, and then killing the monster with my bare hands, Jackie Chan style. Okay, so if you didn't know, by the way, Jackie Chan has a lovely catalog of these low-budget, wire-fu, near fantasy or urban fantasy movies. You should check them out sometime. I'm trying to remember, Armor of God might be one of the better ones to start with. If you remember, if you're into cheese, though, begin the caper. All right, that cycles through. Now, you may notice, like I said, I'm burning time. Longer this goes without us having to deal with any problems for the trace, the better. We want to ditch these wounds. Now, what's funny, of course, is the wounds do act as a 4 knock for winter, if I actually needed any of those. But as you can see, once we get the first caper. Now, I'm in normal time right now. I'm not going to be doing any shopping, because right now time is on our side. Once I get those traces, though, I have to leave. And again, of course, the dash cross country is going to have its own cost. That's impressive. God, your update is so messed. Yep. Busy night lies ahead. Free momentum means success. Now, yeah, not much is going to happen until we get this. So I'm speeding it up again. She's currently up and active, 2 forge, and 2 that. Now, the thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to toss in the body simply to get rid of it. I don't need any use for it, but I may have also throw in Oriana at some point just to give her another experience point. She's got 2. Once we give her 3, she got 1. This will give her 2. And this, actually, yeah, why don't we do that right away? Oriana, no, why am I not doing right away? Because she's actually of use blocking assassins. The corpses are utterly useless to me at this point. I've already gotten all I can out from the corpses and stop doing that. Seriously, where's the shadow thing? It's supposed to be helping me here. Update sucks. I think there's a setting to do normal, go back to the normal settings, but unfortunately, I'm not sure I want to risk that when I'm in the middle of that. I'll probably redo it if they don't have this fixed by that point. Yep, we've gotten through one complication, which got rid of the body since it's an ingredient. I'm going to throw her in for the experience point. I might throw another one in later as well. She's utterly, don't need her since I'm going to be passing all these tests myself. Violence is a solution. I love that one. Messy, necessary. Noisy, messy, necessary. Now I may have to clean my boots. Oh, that's just terrible. Why do people just not choose to remain... Yeah, if you're fighting a Jackie Chan-like character and you're a guard, do what they did in Iron Man 3, where the one really smart... I like to put it... Putting you in for the next one. There we go. Get you up to 8. The really smart goon who just surrendered to Tony and said, fuck these guys. Be that minion, if you have to be a minion at all. Be the one who looks at the hero and goes, I'm taking a break. That's actually happened in a Captain America comic once. Some Hydra guy on coffee break just said, I'm on break, I'm not fighting Cap. I mean, he was probably the smartest person in the room. We got 1 cash. A Begalian Curio, which will sit handsomely on a shelf if we ever have shelves again, which is a 2, which is an item we carry, has 1 comfort. Notice my comfort's now up to 5. This is beginning to allow us to get closer to that 12 necessary for a comfort ending. And 2 Grail. So it's actually worth the cash too. But we also have also Dormant, who now has 2 experience, which means we only need 1 more. A Husk, which is basically something we used to up the card. And the Tarasque Relic, which is a relic, but we're not going to be keeping that one. You see, instead, we're going to go here. Is it done? It's done. And we're going to have another ally. So let's get that one knocked out. And the Begalian Curio goes over with my stash of non-artifact material. Now, what this means is that right now we can continue to let the clock run out, but he is now our dude. So we have a 6. Again, he will be one of the ones that we try to get experience with, so we can do so. And I have 9 cash. Apparently, they had a small safe. It's a lot of cash. And my wounds are currently at 800 seconds. Now, if I was playing this 100% clear, I mean 100% everything safe, I'd probably wait the wounds out. However, I don't think it's going to be terribly exciting. There's a lot of cut to do, so let's get into risky business. Now, remember, always have this, your exit. So if we do this, not only burns additional 30 seconds, or 15 seconds. I hate it when it blinks like that. I know it's saving, but you didn't have to take out the graphics when you're doing so. We're going to, let's see. Boom. Got the dash cross country again. There are prospects of the helpless region and the roads into it too closely. My only chance to strike out cross country. All right, so we got that in place. And reconnoiter. Sometimes we will make a trace. That is true. Let's see what we can find. At least our Jackie Chan skills are recharged, if it really gets down to it. All right. Excellent. No trace so far, and we have sunset. Now, I could use that to create a rage, which really isn't very smart. I can create, I think, a fascination, not a dread. One of the cards, anyways, just by putting it here. Since I don't need anything else. And let's risk it again, shall we? Because we actually have to alternate this to make sure that we have a direct way to get out. And again, it's going to burn time, which gives us a, what was that again? Restlessness. Again, it's not fatal to us, just an interesting instinct that will eventually become a dread if we need that. But again, we're spreading it out a bit. That's the problem with being either back against the wall. Kind of have to pay attention. Be careful. Sigh. Cross country. I wonder if we actually walk that distance. Be interesting if we do. Grand Townhouse. Now what's that? We can actually purchase this temporarily, and we could begin some interesting stuff there. Now, by purchasing it, essentially, since we can't transport it, it's just going to temporarily boost our this, but we also will be able to use it for things, for any operations we want to increase our cash. I'm not sure we want to do that either. We're already at 9 anymore I have to carry, so yeah, permanently real estate for now to be that. Now, the only reason I would want to do that is to do a medical operation, which would allow me to increase my, not only experience for Jennings, but it would also allow me to increase my, give me 1 obscurity, plus additional probably 3 cash. If I was burning cash into items, I would do that, and I may consider it. We've got some time before I have to make a decision before it burns out, and after we do that, we have to make sure we have our exit, because I forgot to do that, silly me. Watch me get a trace now and make this a little more desperate. Nope, still lucking out, which is good. Quiet warehouse, again. Not huge on the real estate right now. If you want to do a, we perfectly can do a, no, maybe not. Yeah, we could do a counterfeiting operation. I could show you that one too. But again, we're not really into cash right now. Being poor is not really a problem for us. We're just wounded. Oh, got that half done with anyways. Once we get a trace, we'll have to start boogieing anyways. Still lucking out. Medical credentials? We don't need those. I need the damned guitar. Wait. Oops. So let me alternate them. Not my usual thing doing this alternation thing. So I end up with that sort of scenario. Just forgetting now and then. Still no trace. Good. Secluded villa. This is getting ridiculous. Why old the real estate? Because I don't need it. That's why. Could corner the real estate market in Avion if I really wanted to. Yeah, gods. Sometimes we have everything that we think we do not want, yet have nothing that we do truly need. I don't think that made sense. There we go. And the trace, of course. Gone. Alright. This will become a fascination card, which at least we can use, and we are now on the clock. Now I can, if I want to, get rid of this trace, which might not be a bad idea. Reckoners have arrived. Now I can burn it by buying the quiet warehouse. We will do so as soon as we have this 5 seconds back. Boom. If I do this and remove the white warehouse, which I can always sell back again, by the way, this means that I can use that for one of the deception ones. And hopefully we get another one such as a contact before this becomes an issue, because, boom, we got the warehouse now. Not that concerned if it goes wrong, horribly wrong, but we can see what we have here. weapon. Not what I was looking for. Alright, so we are back at the race again. See how long we can do. So we have 468 seconds left on the wounds, and we're still trying to get rid of that trace. You see, I can't buy a second warehouse, a second place, and then search. There we go. Can't buy a second warehouse and then use that as well. It only allows you to do one real estate sneak card, as it were. Red Temptation. That I will purchase. Definitely, because it's worth 2. It gives me 1 comfort, so therefore it's easier to transport than cash. In the meantime, we hit the exit in case that gets to be an issue, and we have to start immediately, and then we move on. Right then, the Red Temptation. The Curio, creme de Carlin. It tastes like blood if it didn't taste so good. Okay, 1 comfort, 1 ingredient, which means if you use it, was consumed, 8 grail, and worth 2. Carries 1 item. Again, also, it is not considered to be one of the sacraments of chaos, as I like to call them. So, again, but it is an easier way to carry cash. Once we get the Avion up and going, we'll be fine. Sure, we'll be fine. Alright, exit in case we need it. Avion here. Let's get that damn guitar. I may have to start murdering people shortly. Always gets messy when we have blood everywhere. I mean, it's not that messy. Aha, that could be a problem as you are a thief. A thief 1 without a contact is an issue. But what this does allow me to do... kill you. Hopefully. Launch another one of those, and boom. We have an underworld contact, which is exactly what I need. After, of course, we shoot you. Okay, so might as well keep doing this. We're not exiting anytime soon, so no need to get that other card. Just 30 seconds I'll require to be getting exit out of here, so that'll be that. Aha, palpable hit. We have shot you with our gun. Another one. You're doing a search, which is great, but we've got a wound. We need 2 to deal with you. But one of the great things you can do at this point is I can... let's see, where is it? Take this, put in 1 coin, as it were, and recharge my gun. Which will allow me to shoot this son of a bitch when it comes down to it. Alright, so, pause. We're going to put back to normal speed since this is getting delicate. Discreet office, which would have been better in the warehouse, really. We're going to take the profane weapon, and in 39 seconds, we will do an auto hit. Now, they are, however, getting reinforcements. We have a chance, 70%, of killing this individual and stopping this process. In the meantime, we will continue looking for that damn guitar, as well as probably going to sell the warehouse. Just because I don't think we need it. We're going to be needing it. We've already got the person here. We don't need to trace, so necessary we can use the villa. Again, we're running 3 cycles. And boom. Warehouse is sold for 2, bringing us back to 6 cash. And what do we have here? That's exactly what I was looking for. Excellent. I might as well keep doing this while we're here. We might get lucky with something else. Now. Alright. Unfortunate, we are going to have to start leaving shortly. Basically, we're going to have to... There's a trace. Bam. I would have killed them if they were still here, but they're not. Okay, so this is the situation. We have a Reckoner underboss, which is a problem. I could probably deal with him, especially since I've got at least 1 contact in reserve. If I need to use it, going to have traces, not enough to get the foe, which is good. But in the meantime, we need, as soon as we get the Avion card, to get out of here. Now, after sabotage. All right, so, boom. 1 stolen ear. You, because I don't want to lose my sacraments. Okay, so... boom. Contact Underworld. Do that. And we have 1, 2, and 3. Start her up. One of the sacraments, we want to use those, and we will be using a Contact Underworld to muck up the boss's decision. The official contact will be useful in case you have to use it again, but 5 means that the foe is a possibility. Which means as soon as we can, we need to leave. As unpleasant as this is all going to get shortly. Alright, boom. Tar is in place. You now have 4 sacraments. Out of 7 that we require for that ending. Which is good. Mind you, it's good. but as soon as we can get out of here, we will. All right, another trace and... Oh, a wound, actually. 2 out of 4. We might get lucky, actually. He's popping of the search. We've got some time. All right. As soon as we get these 5 seconds in real time, 11 and that go by. All right, so what are we looking for? Theft or sabotage. Let's use the official connection. Might actually end up killing him. It's expensive, but hey, I'll work it. I'll work it. All right, so dash cross country means we are leaving, Marines. This is the last resort. I'd be easier to track outside the safety of crowds. I don't know the lay of the land. I might easily die an infant death. You only take portable assets with you. Departure will end all ongoing reckoner actions with all traces, but also abandon assets, locations, destination, local contacts, and ongoing operations. Assets. Portable. Hope this works. Well, it doesn't really matter. We have to take this option. All right, now we are packing. And in the meantime, let's get the... Don't want to lose anything that we're packing, so take this official connection, put it here. Friends in all the right places. I'm calling in a favor. Let's make sure we get another one just in case we need it. And in the meantime, let's try to hurt the son of a bitch. Let's use Jackie Chan skills, 70% chance of doing a wound, while he's currently dealing with other problems. Another trace, really. It's 3 wounds. We might get lucky. 70% chance, and ill met. Shit. Missed. Of the times it takes. What do we got here? Medical credentials. Not necessary, but we can keep going. Alright, move. Erudition. Not really useful, mind you, but take whatever we can get. Alright, this comes back. Might be able to use it again before we leave, depending how much packing we have to do here. Get the sacraments first, people. Well, it's okay. It's a comfort one. All right, cool. Underground comfort. If I need to, I will use. And he tries to steal something, I will use it. Oh god, the foe's here. Great. Oh, this is great. 22 seconds, so we will be able to use our Jackie Chan skills to hold him off for a bit. Another comfort one. What do we got here? Theft or sabotage, which means we'll be killing you with this. Thank you. It's going to be expensive exit, though. You, on the other hand, is striking. 12 seconds. Actually, I'll be able to get my Jackie Chan skills to be able to hold him off for a bit. Oh, 7 seconds. All right. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, and boom. Let's not risk one of our peeps, shall we? All right. While that is going on, take this connection underworld to finish this guy off. Indifferent, we might as well just keep this going for a while. Alright, cool. At least the foe doesn't steal my stuff, he just tries to kill me. I appreciate that. Alright, we held off his attack using our martial arts skills. And... come on. And boom. Believe we are going to kill this guy. Because that should be the 4th Basura wound on him. At least it should be dead. You seriously saying that's something else? Defended with training, this game ain't useful. Alright, let's see what's left and how many, if I have to risk anyone else to get this through. And who am I going to risk? Probably Lala, simply because I've got so much edge on my natural lore that I can probably, yeah, this is definitely quite well. Got most of the packing done at least. And boom. Ah, dead man. Yep, I just had the cops and the local underworld just shoot the hell out of that guy for the funsies. There's another Reckoner corpse, and I didn't even... that one wasn't even run over by the train. It's hilarious. Alright, so boom. And boom. Let's see how this works. Will I be able to pull out and get him gone by that point? It's gonna suck, unfortunately, but at least my wounds are almost completely gone at this point. I'm afraid I'm going to have to risk somebody. Lala, it's you. We might not be able to get to the point where he determines whether or not he kills her. It's a 30% chance she'll die, but she'll inflict 1 wound on him, which then shifts the whole focus of this run. All right. What is this? Not alone. Oh, okay. He's always bringing an assistant. There we go. That's cool. He basically summoned another underboss. But I will be gone before it's a big problem. Did Nope, she's fine. He's gone. They're gone, and we have... Where are we? I've arrived. Nowhere in particular, unfortunately. We have run into the French countryside. Didn't even use the erudition. 2 lantern. What the heck am I going to use it for? Better have that gun. Oh yeah, the gun's packed. Alright, I've arrived. Alright, just take it all. Alright, so first things first. We take this, and we make contact with someone somewhere. If I run, I should run where I have an old friend or at least old acquaintance. So wilds are dangerous, you receive a wound each time you do this. Right, we'll receive 1 wound when we do that. Of course, but we're losing 2, so we're kind of ahead on the situation. Let's see. Putting this all back together. I have so much stuff, but I unfortunately need all of this stuff. If we're doing these type of runs. Can't run light. Just kind of wish we had a packing service that could do this a little bit faster. 4 sacraments out of 7, which is good. And our cash down to 3, which is goodish. But we need to get out of here. Oh, credentials. At least our gun's reloading. God damn, it takes so long to reload that thing. Oh, fast forward, because we're not actually doing much of anything. To have 8 comfort, though, so we're very comfortable somewhere in the wilderness. Okay, we received 1 wound, but Paris is our next stop. Okay, just add that to the collection. Unfortunately, 2 of them are going, but yeah. Tante Adine's moved on, but she still gives people in Paris and they'll give me shelter. Okay, so Paris. It's a pretty interesting one. I think it has, like, the most expensive comfort item, but it also has, well, it's one of the better ones because it holds a lot of cash and a lot of comfort in a single card. And as you know, packing cards is kind of important, like really important. Okay, 26. It might be able to also get one of those rifles, which is useful. For opportunity. Okay, yeah. Comfort 2 worth 4. It's beautiful. Yeah, we're heading to Paris. Whoa. Okay, that was just uncalled of me. Alright, put everything back in place. So if anybody's out there, according to this, there might be. Yes. Not as terribly exciting about there. I mean, frankly, at this point, me tangling with the foe is becoming a everyday occurrence. And I just keep leaving. Alright, so yeah, this can't... Oh my god, what can you do here? You can't actually use reconnoiter on it, which is kind of interesting because there's nothing out here. It's one of the reasons why it's such a bad thing to get. But we can go to Paris with our cash, which is good. Time to go. Have I forgotten anything? Let's just pack and go, shall we? Nothing to stick around for. Just fast forward through this, obviously. It takes forever for us to travel. Hopefully nobody comes to disturb us. Also, we've got a corpse to get rid of. I'll find a way to do it. They tend to smell. I mean, how many bodies has this been in this run? I mean, it has been a Defiance run in a few ways. I mean, I'm just, like, massacring the population. Yeah, we killed one of the Reckoner Lords, which is actually the 4-wound one. It's a bit tougher. It becomes interesting, I imagine, on the other end when I just start, you know, the faction begin to wonder why they're following him and not me. Which is actually one of the endings. Might be this ending. It depends on how we run. Alright, so we're actually... Yep. Departure. And boom. Arrival. Tante Adeline's man is a surly, lanky fellow in a leather apron. He doesn't speak to me at all. Just sits there feeding gobbets of raw meat to his dogs. But he listens, I explain, and he motions to a huge Corsican to follow me when I leave. In other words, that's the underworld contact that we get when we arrive from God's nowhere. Alright, per usual, first thing we do, once we hit, where's the Paris card? Where? No, right, the stack is on top of each other. I'm not going to find it until I get this stuff moved. Because if I've lost the Paris card, I'm going to have to start over this game, and I'm going to be very upset about that. Curio. Sacrament. Oh, yeah, by the way, might as well test this. The rarity, Greece guitar. Guitar purchased long ago from the house of Stradivari, shaped with softly glowing Illyrian maple and inlaid with a design of almond leaves and ponograms. I've heard this once stolen from the Grafon v. Greece collection last year. Might be last of its kind in a playable condition. 8 heart, 6 grail, 3 worth, and a pentiment, plus 2 comfort, making it an extremely useful card to have for multiple endings. But yeah. This, by the way, is the 12-point grail ingredient that you have in the main game, which is actually the tears or essence or whatever. Thank God, there it is. Let's see what we get with our exit card. I hope we're not going to have to do that again, because it's really not a lot of fun. Yeah, 2 cash. Oof. Gonna have to do some work over here, apparently. Or sell some years. Speaking of which, we're down to 3. Probably going to wait till we're down to 2 before I break another decade down. But yeah, let's see where our exit is. Our exit again, dash cross country. Oof, we are running out of places to on the western continent. I need to get somewhere over here. But anyways, Paris. So here in the City of Lights, the socialists battle the communists. The metro grumbles. That's the cops, I believe. Got artists, proud bookstores, and the other bank. No. The more things change. Anyways, yeah. It's kind of a very chaotic, beautiful place. Going to suffer a lot in the near future. Anyways, so yeah, at this point, we're going to have to do the whole doubling up thing again. One there and one the other. And head out to the wilderness again. Alright, so yeah. If we find a real estate, we'll probably start an operation in order to be able to get more money, just in case. And we've got a lot of worth in items, but some of these I don't want to sell. I mean, the first one I'd probably sell is going to be this one here, because I have this dude for 6 knock. All right, so Grand Townhouse. Now, I don't have enough to buy the townhouse straight up. That requires 4, and I'd have to sell a bunch of things. The Beguiling Curio, if I sell, gives me a bunch of, hang on. Might as well do this. Well, nope. Do this while we're here, just to make sure we have the cross country in play when we're doing so. Again, by doubling up like this, we are going to get our wound done faster. In transit. It's going to be the name of this episode, because I'm going to spend most of it in transit. As once said, even evil has to commute. That line actually comes from Doctor Who, in which case the Master in the 3rd Doctor's run was stuck on a space, having to fly a spaceship over several hours. And was like, pulls out a book. Because like even evil has to commute. Even evil gets bored. Even evil has to deal with the incompetent bureaucracy. I mean, you can imagine Darth Vader just screaming at the IT department at times at Death Star. Oh, that's not helpful. I mean, it's a distraction. If it comes down to it, I'll use it, but not by much. Alright, so we do it again. Nope, we do this again. Again, we want to keep our exits going. We got slight problem last time. That foe does seem to be breathing down our neck. Although, if he comes right down to it, it'll be interesting if we can get, let's see, either smuggling, start that again, or, no, sorry, either counterfeiting or illegal fights going. Alright, what do we got? Street office. That will allow us to do, only cost 1 medical, which we can definitely do. Arrows over here, because we do not want to cause any traces while we're getting that up and operational. That'll give us a 3 cash in obscurity, which is always a good thing, and there's no reason to run if there's no trace and there's no one coming after us. So, we grab the medical credentials, throw in the discreet office, and the year. Now, that means, of course, we are going to have to break up a stolen decade after this. Since it takes a full decade to get a wound, that decreases our emergency issues. My treatments may be the same, but my results are always excellent. All right, so throw that in. Begin that process, then break down a decade into 10, which we can do. And begin our operations, as it were. All right, so the trick of this one is, of course, the first Doctor's practice requires 4 grail or 4 heart. Now, the thing is I'm going to be using heart probably. But what I can also do, take this, grab the guitar and use it for comfort. Make sure when you do this, by the way, not to do something like the bottle, which is going to be consumed by the process. So we do that and grab that for this. Now for this, we need Grail. But the thing is, I'm going to be using the Vivisectionist Jennings first. But first, we can use this to give ourselves 2. And that will begin the process. And then we have a chance when the card opens again to put in the correct. There we go. Challenge. Now, I only have 2 Grail and 2 that. So, next, let's see. It's another 2 Grail if I really wanted to do it that way. It's not what the? Get back over here. 4 Grail here, but reality is that we need to use heart because we have a lot of heart. We already have 2 heart here from the office itself, 4 heart here, and 6 from Jennings. So yeah. Although we did actually activate the Grail part, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, go ahead and start that process while we're currently doing other things in other places. Right, okay, so now we're not going to be reconnoitering Paris. We don't want that connection. We want to have Jennings finish his duties as a back alley doctor. All right, boom. 4 and 12. Still have 52, but then slightly less a useful order. Phew. This is not going to be, unfortunately, the most stunning of episodes. This is more of a strategy episode. All right. All right, then. We have 2 comfort. Now, what that means is that I will, of course, have the option of using the comfort cards. Just still, dude, just this update so sucks. That goes here, by the way. That goes there. Don't want to make us think we have 5 going. Seriously? Just want... Ugh, forget it. Anyways, so we have 2 comfort, which I can toss these in if necessary. Now, remember, we currently have aspect of 6. I mean, seriously, what is wrong with your thing here? You've got a total of, so I got to do this manually, 2 heart here. We have a total of 4 heart, 2 Grail here, and we have a total of 2 Grail there. So yeah, this is going to come out as a... we are going to have to use Jennings, unfortunately. I usually try to keep the companions out until the last part, so that means I will be able to make this pass the first time. All right, so the next challenge is... All right, so this one requires me to have 8, but I can toss in this, Drum Unceasing. It does heart. That only means I need 4 more heart to complete this. Which, by the way, I could use with guitar, but I'm going to use Jennings simply if I want the experience, since we're not in a dangerous position that I require these guys to act like my bodyguards. We will recycle the heights, though, just because we can. I guess I need that for anything else. But my happy feelings and the magic paper, the magic assassin storage paper are sufficient for the moment. Plus, of course, the dead guy in the corner. I imagine we're in this sort of situation, we're using the dead reckoner's parts. I mean, we kept them on ice, didn't we? Kind of hope so. Kind of bad we get septicemia from this. All right, then. Okay, patients come and go. We've got 8. We're going to need 12 in a moment, and that's the moment when Jennings steps in to do his thing, the actual doctor. All right, drumming ceasing. There you go. And we have addressed all the challenges for this particular one and renewed our cache plus got an obscurity, which means that we're probably set to go for a bit. The first thing I will do is Paris is get this up and running because we will be able to run in a little bit. And then we'll just see what we can do. Now, I can also use a trace to burn the connection underworld plus this office in order to be able to do so. Now, the thing is, do we want to have... Reckoners have arrived. We have a situation here. All right, so we're going to blow the obscurity. We have no traces, so there's a chance that the Reckoners will just leave us be. All right, operation's complete. We'll have that obscurity in just a moment. Visible art. There we go. Interesting. Why the woman, I wonder? Obscurity is in play. Excellent. Got a contentment back, which is interesting. And we probably could do that again if we really wanted to. Starting with the contentment. That brings our cash to only 2, though. We only got 2 cash from that? Oosh. Yeah, we probably should do so again, even though it will cost us a year. It's not the most advantageous scenario. Let's actually see what the Reckoners do before we make any decisions. The obscurity will give us, however, of course, a ability to run if absolutely necessary. If they generate a trace, we can, of course, use our connection plus the office, as I was indicating before. And we need to make sure that we always have the exit card ready. Just in case. The dash out there again. At least we got half. All right, so they're searching. That could generate a trace. Again, I told you what I'd do about it. Okay. Undiscovered. Good. They'll move on. Which means that we probably can just go back to doing our medical credentials thing for more cash. We're going to need more cash if for the best scenario here anyways. Start. All right. We'll run the doctor's practice again while we're here. Boom. This, of course, where the contentment goes in. There you go. That will give us the 4 heart we need to pass the first test. Clear that. And boom. Okay, so first one's cleared already. Let's take this one. That will pass the next one. And we'll do the same thing with Jennings as we did before. What's his experience? 4, dear gods. Alright, what we can do is we can use this and we can just freaking... Right, he has to recover first. Then we can bring it out to 7. We come right down to it. Okay, so yeah. Again, this isn't the most interesting. Oh, 9 comfort. Oh, that's the +1 for the office. Essentially, it's nice to have a place where all of us can chill, but I probably think they'd prefer... Yeah, those go bye-bye. And again, it's just us here again. And we're getting another obscurity through this, which is really interesting. I can't actually, because I burned off the temptation escape. Operation continues. I can't actually get to the evasion ending. Alright, so drum unceasing, and we will put Jennings back in a moment. Well, actually, since we've got this one already covered, yeah, we can actually talk to Jennings about this. In 60 seconds from now, we'll plug him in or to this. Now, what would be interesting is to toss in one of my other peeps and have them gain the experience for it. Again, like, you can just do that. He doesn't know what he's doing, mind you. He just looks in the corner and nods in a white lab coat. I'm using him as kind of the... I mean, it's kind of a con, so we're just using him as a prop in that con. I know far too much about some things. First rule, by the way, if you don't know who the mark is, it's you. In any operation. Okay, Jennings is at... There we go. We'll get him up again. He did carry over the 1, which is interesting. So hopefully with this, I might even be able to get him up to 8 heart. Well, my peeps are doing well. Speaking of which, let's get the exit card ready just in case. Then we'll begin perusing Paris, as it were. It's the thing. If you're doing being a fugitive right, it's very dull. Alright, so this probably won't need any more cash. We'll just find out what we need. There's no trace. We've got no reason to burn the connection. Boom. 10 more. The cash goes up to 5. Alright. Probably don't need any more than that. Probably. Yeah, these 2 unavailable. Isn't hiding until his nerves have recovered. Okay, so I can deal with that. Alright, so 2 obscurity. We could continue to keep doing this for a bit, but I've learned my lesson about carrying too much cash. Alright, so, and this isn't the most efficient way of using it. So, in the meantime, since Dash Cross Country is about to go, we'll get Paris in play. We'll get another one of the exit cards in play, and then, go back, eventually we're going back to the French countryside. Then we'll end up somewhere else. I wonder if this is by proximity. It's like a list. Let's begin actually, leaving the house. See what we can find. I have enough, I think, actually here for one to do counterfeiting, which is always fun. Nice to undermine it. There's a secluded villa. I don't think I'm going to be quite getting something that expensive. Should have had the exit card in play, but maybe I'm getting slightly impatient after all this. We haven't been doing this for a bit. Okay, so, and boom. Ooh, this is always interesting. It's too bad. Unless I use the consult, there's a thing where you can make a cult. If you have a holy man, the appropriate card like this, which is the flower maker, which is the god of the grail. Sweet arrows, beginning of dreams, the thoughts turn to the hour, called the flower maker. 6 grail, 6. 6 lantern. It's also a distraction, so I probably, yeah, I can reserve it if it comes down to it. But again, I mean, Paris having that sort of thing, but they don't have the ability to get a holy man in Paris. I can't make a cult of the flower maker, which is probably just a whole bunch of sex cult with ritual magic thrown in, which, you know, Paris, yeah, that's probably happening as we speak. Doesn't matter what time you're watching this, by the way. Pretty sure they got going at all hours. Sigh. Well, these days they just have clubs. I mean, it used to be in the day you had to hide this stuff, and the day may come again because the conservatism is kind of annoying. Like seriously, just because you're not having fun, why does nobody else have to have fun? All right, so, and one more. I mean, I'm hoping to get that wine. Really am. Dawn. Oh, great. I could probably turn this into fascination again to moth. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yep, fascination. Not turning it to rage because I always rage. We all know what rage is. If you've been problems with rage, you've been watching the series. Back again. Again, I am sorry about having to do this, but I don't understand why there's a 60-second timer on that thing, because it should be like any location card, just there. You know what I mean? You do it when you do it. Hey, let's see. All right. Really? 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 I have one of those. I mean, it did come in handy when I got to kill the underboss. That's useful. Or did I miss that time? I think I missed that time. Anyways. All right, let's keep going. Unlike Lore and Chill, this one's kind of short on the Panther. I mean, the thing is, when I'm dealing with Gnosticism, it's cool, but this is not much to do with Gnosticism. Like I said, unless you're playing the Magician or the base game, a lot of stuff, visual connection, we might need that. It's going to be a little risky here, just to speed things along. Still trying to get that damned cask of wine. Or comfort item. God damn, it's great. And boom. Alright, so boom, there it is. Case of extraordinary wine. God only made water, but man made wine. In fact, wine was originally a religious sacrament because of its ability to place people into an altered substance. Fermentation is the first science, and it kind of happened by accident. A bunch of fruit spoiled. Somebody drank it, they got high. And they're like, we should keep doing this. But in any case, let's get that wine. It's probably the only thing I really want anyways. While we're here, unless I'm lucky enough to get that rifle. If I'm lucky enough, I'll grab the rifle and we will leave. But yeah, the wine. That's awesome. Rarity, case of 1865 Domé Ravliai. A great vintage rung from the Terrar. That means landscape, by the way. I do know that one from the excellent, by the way, Southern Cross series. If you ever see the film, get the opportunity to see the film Annihilation, do so. If you are really into the trippy, get the book. The book and the movie are based off, the movie is based off the book, sort of, but they are completely two different beasts. Watch the film first, though, because it is awesome. Anyways, it's 2 comfort, 12 grail, and 4 worth. It's very easy to carry around instead of cash. And we still have the 1 cash here when we get to, this. But our comfort is now 11. This is also 10, really, because it is not, of course, one of the items, because wine is not something that is unusual and would stand out. But yeah, secluded villa, we don't want that. Flower Maker's Shadow, let's renew that, just in case I might need it. And we have 1 cash. Do we want to spend, tell you what, easiest way to check this out is to, nope, we don't have a random thing. So we could take, once we get the reserve done, we can take the medical credentials and get another couple of cash while we're here, just because we have that ability. All right, so Dash Cross Country in play. Let's begin new. If we're going to do cash, we're definitely going to need to let things go for a bit. All right, so we grab this. Flower Maker Shadows back in play. We grab medical credentials, the discreet office. Where the hell did the office go? I hate it when this stuff moves around on me. Unless, of course, it vanished or I've completely forgotten that we did something with it. But I swear we had a special connection. No, I swear we had an office around here. No, that's location. How is this a location? Oh, thank you. Got to remember that. If there's some reason they're stacked on top of each other, it will be exposed if you do that. Okay, cool. And another year. Not the most, like I said, efficient use of the year, but it's a thing that I can do, which is important. All right, so we've got 2 here. We need another 2. We didn't get a comfort. We can do same way as before. Well, the easiest thing to do would actually be to toss this in, but I want to risk it. All right, so what we need to do is we grab this. We start relaxing and chilling while we're doing this. That'll give us 2 comfort that we will need, and we will also toss in, actually, Jennings, the first part. All right, no, let's toss in this. That'll give us Doctor's Practice. It'll give us the 6 heart that we need to begin all of this. All right, and boom. All right, relax. This time around, we can just use the drum unceasing. Again, we'd want experience for our people, so we're going to randomly toss in you. Okay? You cool with pretending to be a doctor? You know how to do circuitry. I mean, wiring these days is not circuitry. Should be fine, right? Just all the same principles. This I did love in the Witcher series, the book series. There's a wonderful line about doctors desperately doing surgery in the field, saying, connect the white to white, red to red, and yellow to yellow, and all will be well. I probably did that wrong. It used to rhyme. Anyways, so again, we are making some money by exploiting our magical abilities. Okay, so we just toss her in. Cool, we can do that. And operation continues. Probably do 1 more, then toss in Jennings. Jennings. Yep, drum unceasing brings us to 8, and Jennings will be the last one that we need. Again, while we're doing this, we just have a tendency of waiting it out as opposed to going to the streets, looking for trouble in the streets of Paris, which is actually a thing that happens a lot. Paris is a good place to find trouble if you're really looking for it. Casual trouble, serious trouble, really, it's all in there. Question is, what is the kind of trouble that you are in fact looking for at that time? Jennings, do me a favor and get your 3rd experience. We'll get you up to 8 heart. Again, this is going to be kind of a game where the part of the game where we're just building stuff up. But yeah, once we have that in play, Paris, go back through here. Do I want the official connection? Probably not. Now, can I renew that? Cannot. I can only pay for it. Oh well. Probably don't need it quite yet. We will need this possibly, so let's renew that. Basically, I think we just get high in order to do that, because that is, of course, the power, the energy of delight itself. All right. There we go. Jennings has got us some more cash and obscurity. Good people. Thank you for doing this. And boom. Operations are written in water, which means that we now have a 3rd obscurity. And a vitality, which we could use to heal a wound if I had a wound. All right, Jennings. You're at 3. Good. You're at 3. Both of you can go up. I'm liking this. You're renewed. Let's get Paris up and going. Like I said, when things are going right and you're a fugitive, it's very dull. Okay, and 3 cash, which is more than enough to move ourselves along. Also, like I said, I don't want to burn these years. Burning it for 2 cash, a year for 2 cash is really counterproductive in a lot of ways. But yeah, vitality's in play. I don't have a wound. Of course, I would need a wound. Okay, but we've got enough obscurity. We can consider going for that rifle now. Or if we're really good, we can get an asylum going. If we really wanted to. Trade up to discreet office. That would be a possibility, but it's night. It's dark. We could get rid of a trace, but we don't actually have one. Ooh, we will shortly. Maybe I was too quick about that. All right. Trace is burned, but we can burn it by, let's see, burning the office and our contact. They'll give us 4 obscurity, which we can actually take with us, as opposed to those 2 items. And dread. I always love my dread. You really should have dread if you're doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, hopefully this, it takes a trace off of 4 obscurity, for crying out loud. Up, and we'll be able to upgrade our peeps. She'll go to 7, or Solana will go to 7. Looks like I did it just in time, too. Alright, so covered our tracks. We have 4 obscurity. We don't want to burn any of that, but let's do the potential realized with you. That's 60 seconds. Granted, that means if this, we're gonna have just one slip. The problem is you have no traces now. Can you actually activate on that? I was right that while I was getting rid of it, I was still considering having the trace, which is something I'm gonna have to remember in the future. Search. You have no traces. You might go away. You might not. Boom. What do we got? Widening the search. Okay. Summon reinforcement soon. It is time to go. And here we are. Got to get the Paris card in here to do so. And discrete messages. And we'll probably get at least one more run out. Possibility we can get the rifle. Maybe not. Don't know. But we will definitely have to leave with alacrity. Okay, so we are now leaving. You are now leaving Paris. All right, same time, we'll get this going and move. Thing is, we've got the trace here. We'll get the assassins soon. But the problem with that, on their part, is they're going to have to burn through our obscurity before they can do us any harm. So it means it's going to give us more than enough time to be able to get the dash cross country. What do we got? Medical credentials, not useful. Thanks. Yeah, they're going to take too much time to get to us. At least I don't have too much cash to be annoying there. Yeah, if they stole the wine, I'd be really pissed. If they steal anything, I'll be pissed. Dual connection, keep that just in case somebody tries to steal our stuff. We can give them a year instead. Let's see. 10 comfort. My god, we're carrying around 10 comfort. Assassin. There we go. Widening the search, so you're burning time adding more traces. Again, kind of useless. Alright, what do we got here? Quiet warehouse. No use. No rifle, huh? I don't even know if I could get it right now, even if I did get an opportunity. 10 to do. 10 seconds per. And let's see what we got. Another trace. Good, good. You're kind of being pointless. I can live with that. Another trace. Wow. Udadilla. Might as well. We're going to lose it in a second anyways. Think that we've only got one cache and the pages, which is good. And what do we got here? And we're gone. Running away into the night with the stuff that we're carrying. Yeah, Flower Maker's Shadow again. Not really useful. But thanks! Thanks for the contact, hi. And another pointless body. Oh, great. Anyways. And then we're going to just basically leave again anyways. I'm not even going to bother unpacking these cards at this point. I'm just going to find a pause, thank you. All right. Here we go. So. No. Where's the travel card? Oh, for crying out loud. Again, what do we got here? Stop stacking stuff on me, dude. Could go there. There we go. We're going to take that wound and go. Like I said, we're not even going to bother packing our stuff. I mean, unpacking the stuff because we're just going to put it back in the cart anyways. Yeah, I'm not sure why they do this. I mean, there's a chance the Reckoners can find me in the French countryside, but it's pretty low. There's the wound and Leningrad. Oh, the Athenians who sell years in Russia are sworn enemies of the Reckoner mobs, but I've been known to get drunk with a certain Shushkin. Let's hope he remembers me. It is Cultist the Colonel. He's getting troubled. Ocean music can set it on fire, which is fun. And destination. I don't need to, mind you, but, you know, sometimes I get bored. Boom. It also sets up a false trail, which is good. All right, so we're going to probably end this game with me getting to Leningrad, and hopefully, since Leningrad's an area we haven't been yet, we'll be able to do a lot of new fun things and not have to worry about running across France again. Good gods. Can you imagine how much work this was? Think about it. We couldn't use a train, which means basically I'm using my friends as pack mules. While we're doing this, by the way, Jennings, just realize your potential while we're talking. So we got to be carrying all this stuff, including an entire case of wine. There's a hilarious concept. I went to the port. Yeah, it was D'Amico's. D'Amico's was carrying the wine, which basically means I probably lost at least 3 bottles out of it. Anyways, this is a fantastic world saying farewell from Lovecraft Country, and this was, of course, Exile DLC for Cultist Simulator. And there we go. Yes, very good. 8. And if you enjoy this on the YouTube side, like, share, subscribe. And of course, if you're still out there, which I don't think you are, on the Twitch side, of course, we have already hit one unlock at 75 for a 2-hour marathon, choice by the illness. And of course, we will. Shashkin, the Athenian boss, does indeed remember me. I will buy you a prodigious funeral, he tells me delighted. I have a plot plicked out for you in the Tivikon. It's a little small, but I don't imagine your friends will leave very much of you. No, just insist. It's the least I can do. Ah, yes. It's nice to have a frenemy when you need it. But yeah, I mean, seriously, if I die, at least knowing that my remains will have some respect. I mean, he may piss on them every now and then, but he bought the plot. He can do what he wants with it. There's the wound. There's the... Yeah, just give me a second while we're rearranging. If you like, share, subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notification button. Hey, I actually remembered to say it this time. And, of course, if you really like it, down below are links to the Gumroad payment platform, and you can become a supporter. Now, just to let you know, one of the benefits of support is that they're at the higher level. Well, of course, it's additional episodes, plus you'll unlock additional episodes on this channel. 2 are currently unlocked. We reach the 3rd one. We have 3 episodes per month. The contents of that are, of course, voted on by the supporters. And, let's see, there we go. Leningrad's in place here. And if you are higher tier, you get access to Lovecraft After Dark, an additional series about the more out there outre or just hilarious of games in the cosmic horror genre. Not sure why you want to be special there, but I can live with that. And of course, I hope you did enjoy this, and I've got to, of course, figure out what I'm going to do with all these bodies and such. And yeah, there you go. There's my contact, the underworld. Plus, of course, we're going to have another restlessness, but again, and we saw the 4 obscurity, which is awesome, actually. And, of course, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. I'd like to thank my Acolyte-level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.